If C varies from C0 to C0 plus Cm sinusoidally, then C equal to C0 plus Cm sin omega t. If it is varying sinusoidally, the value of capacitance varies sinusoidally, then C equal to C0 plus Cm sin omega t. Current I equal to Im cos omega t. Here the value of current Im, maximum value of current Im is equal to Vcm omega. Cm is the maximum value of capacitance. So Im equal to Vcm omega and current I equal to Im cos omega t. Im is the peak value of current. Now we are measuring RMS current. Therefore RMS current is equal to Vcm omega divided by root 2. That is equal to IRMS. Where omega is the angular frequency in radian per second. That is 2 pi n by 60 where n is in RPM. Since we are using rotating vans, the speed of the van is given by n in RPM. For constant regular angular frequency, the current is directly proportional to the voltage. So from this calibration, we can find out the value of voltage. Let us see the construction of generating voltmeter. Generating voltmeter is used when source loading is prohibited, like in case of Van de Graaff generator, or when direct connection to high voltage source is to be avoided. It is variable. It is a variable capacitor, that is electrostatic voltage generator, which generates current which is proportional to the applied, that is the unknown voltage. So it is based on the principle of electrostatic capacitance. So generating voltmeter is a variable capacitor electrostatic voltage generator. The generator is driven by an external synchronous or constant speed motor. Hence, it does not absorb power from the measuring voltage source. It is driven by the external synchronous or constant speed motor. Hence, it does not absorb power from the measuring voltage source. The high voltage source is connected to a disc electrode S3, which is kept at a fixed distance on the axis of the low voltage electrodes S0, S1, S2. So therefore, there are 4 electrodes which are used in the generating voltmeter. The rotor S0 is driven at a constant speed of 1500, 1800, 3000 or 3600 RPM. The motor vans of S0 cause periodic change. So therefore, it is sinusoidally varying in capacitance between insulated disc S2 and the HV electrode S3. The diagram shows the construction of generating voltmeter. It consists of 4 electrodes S0, S1, S2 and S3. S3 is kept at a fixed distance from the S0. The S0 is connected to the motor vans. So see the figure. S0 is running in the clockwise direction. So it is the rotor van direction. S3 is the high voltage electrode and S1, S2 is the fixed electrodes. The RMS current measured by using this generating voltmeter is given by Vcm omega by root 2, that is equal to IRMS, which is proportional to voltage when the value of omega is constant. So it is the constructional details of the generating voltmeter. The vans of S1 and S2 are connected with resistance and a protecting device that is called as Zener diode, and it is connected to the microammeter. So S0 is rotated in the clockwise direction. Let us see the circuit operation. The rotation of S0 produces sinusoidal variation in capacitance, and the AC current, which is proportional to external voltage, is generated through resistance R, and it is rectified and read by a moving coil instrument. The moving coil instrument is used for DC. An amplifier is needed if shunt capacitance is large or longer leads are used for connection. Amplifier is needed if shunt capacitance is large or longer leads are used for connection. Therefore, we are using R with the series with the diode. The instrument is calibrated using a potential divider or spark gap. Since we are going to measure the value of voltage, we have to calibrate using a potential divider or a spark gap. The figure shows the calibration graphs of generating voltmeter. For the 2 types of generating voltmeter, first one is rotating cylinder type. The graph is between kilovolt and microampere. The graph shows the calibration value of voltage. Then the second one is rotating van type. The figure shows the graph between voltage and the microampere. So it is the calibration graph for the generating voltmeter. Let's see the advantages. First one is no source loading is required. There will be no source loading in the generating voltmeter, since there will be a source loading in the series O microammeter. So in order to avoid that, we are going for the generating voltmeter. There will be no direct connection with high voltage terminal, so there will be it will be protected. Then the scale is linear and extended easily. Scale is linear and extended easily. Very convenient for measuring devices such as Van de Graaff generator and particle accelerator. The limitations are it requires frequent calibration. Constructions require careful design due to use of auxiliary device such as synchronous motor. And calibration is sensitive to any disturbance in position and mounting of electrodes. So we are going for the method 4, that is spark gap, that is spear gap. We are going for the spear gap method for high voltage DC measurements. Thank you.